Greetings everyone, and welcome back to Metalrug's channel. Today, very simply, we'll be doing my top 50 comics. And this is my top 50, not, obviously this has nothing to do with value per se, it's more just the comics that I like for one reason or another, okay? And we'll start off here with Avengers 113 with a great story here about stereotyping and bigotry and how love can overcome that. Here we have Avengers 276. Again, when we talk about the Avengers, one of the criticisms is they never avenged anything. Well, in this one they sure do. I'll leave it at that. Here's a great what-if issue. Captain America hadn't vanished during World War II for Cap fans and Invaders fans and World War II fans. This is a great issue to pick up. And here is A World Unknown, number 4. Again, this is Frederick Brown, or the comic version of his novel Arena. I think a similar kind of theme was used in a Star Trek episode. This scared the heck out of me when I was a youngster. Sergeant Fury in his Howling Commandos number 120. I think this is the last new story issue, and that kind of saddened me. Dick Ayers art in there. One of my favorite comics when I was a kid, E-Man number 1. Staten art. Fabulous character. Mighty Crusaders number 13. Last issue in this run, and again I was saddened to hear when later on 14 never came out. Again, Dick Ayers cover there. Again, one of my very favorites, Metal Men number 1. Again, I have the full run, and I'll be doing something about that later. But just fabulous characters. Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes number 208. One of my all-time favorite stories. How love can, can make you braver, make you do things that you think you couldn't do, but you can if you have the will and if you have the determination. And in this case, the Karate Kid did. Legion of Superheroes 294. Again, the climax of the Great Darkness saga. Just one of the best story arcs I've ever read. Justice League 137 with the Big Red versus Big Red Machine. Oh, not Big Red Machine. Big Red Cheese versus the Big Red. They're Captain Marvel or Shazam versus Superman. And one of my also favorite movies, the baseball game here between the supervillains and the superheroes of the DC universe. Just a fabulous little gem here. Karate Kid number 1. Mike Grell art in here, and this is when he left the Legion temporarily and came back in time to kind of on a personal quest. And I've done something similar, so this has a lot of meaning to me. Very, very good series, that Karate Kid 15-issue arc. Here is DC Special number 29. Again, just fabulous Justice Society story. So with some of my favorite characters, the Alan Scott Green Lantern, Jay Garrick Flash, Hourman, etc., etc., and of course versus a World War II themed issue. Obviously Hitler and the swastika there. From Beyond the Unknown, number 18, with I believe this is a Kaluta cover. But let me tell you, I just love this run. And this one has a date stamp up here, and has a great Star Rover story, and I believe it also has no, it doesn't have a Hitchhiker of Space. Yeah, not the Space Taxi one. Again, just great issue. House of Secrets number 90 with this fabulous themed cover here, horror and gothic science fiction all mixed up into one. Pretty good story too. Mystery. Look at the issue number. Mystery in Space 110. Again with the great Ultra, the multi-alien, and the Pied Piper of Pluto. Of course, great alliteration there. We've got Pied Piper of Saturn, just doesn't have the same ring. And a great-looking monster there. You know, Silver Age Dave. I'm sure you'll like that. Strange Adventures number 237 with the Walking Skyscraper cover. No more need be said there. Classic Silver Age stuff. Here is another fabulous story and art. Who is Donna Troy? Marv Wolfman and George Perez at the top of their game here in this issue. I think this is just a one-issue arc, too. Time Warp number 3. Again, I believe this is another Kaluta cover with that great cybernetic insect alien there, you know, accosting that lady in the, obviously somewhere in space because she has a air-holding helmet. Again, one of my absolute favorite characters of all time, Deathlock the Demolisher, his first appearance. George Perez again here, Rich Buckler, Astonishing Tales 25. Incredible Hulk 182. Of course, I have 181 and 180 and all that, but this is actually, the story is really good. It's about a tragic story of a father's love for his son. It went tragic for him, unfortunately. But fabulous issue. Fantastic Four 141. Again, this talks about, well, or has a story regarding, you know, a parent's love for their child and you know, what sacrifices they will make for the child versus, you know, what's good for the world. So again, just a fabulous issue there. Wonder Woman number 3 with this just fantastic show cover, and I have to get the rest of this story arc, but I really like what I've been seeing in here. So it's quickly becoming one of my favorites. Giant Size Werewolf number 4 with this, again, crossover with Morbius. Trying to go a little quick here. War is Hell number 11, Gil Kane cover. Again, an underrated series about kind of a haunting war tales there. Thor number 207, just one of my absolute favorite issues of all time, a Halloween issue. Gil Kane cover, fabulous art, just can't say enough good things about that. Thor 165, again, first Warlock, or him, you know, but just a fabulous issue about, you know, just the way that he came about and his ignorance toward things, and etc., etc. Iron Man 128, again, the famous Demon in a Bottle issue, and of course I had family members that were addicted to alcohol, so this you know, was very important to me at the time. Explained a lot. Incredible Hulk 279. The Incredible Hulk always was, you know, on the outs with society, and in this issue, he finally, after all these years, he got accepted. It didn't last long, I'm afraid, but I was really happy to read this story at the time. Guardians of the Galaxy number 6. This is I believe, the end of the Quest for the Shield, and just it just shows you just the determination and symbolism, you know, matter. Ideals do matter. And ultimately, they prevail because of that. The Guardians did. Jungle Action number 6, the beginning of the Great Panther's Rage. I want to call it a graphic novel in various parts, because it was just that good. And that got groundbreaking at the time. Luke Cage Power Man number 21 versus Power Man, the Silver Age version. And again, this is one of the very first comics I ever bought, and the battle just went fantastic. And again, persevered and won. Namor, the Submariner number 50. Again, the relationship between Sue Richards and Namor, and here the depths of his feelings towards her are really known, and you know, the outcome was kind of surprising, but it's obvious that his feelings run very deep for her. Darkhawk number 50. That's what I wanted to show. And again, this is one of my favorite Copper Age series. And again, I was sad to see it go, but I wanted to show this final issue because it really was a pretty good conclusion. Again, one of the first comics I ever picked up, Doctor Strange number 4. Again, that big maw, the skull, I've shown this before, just absolutely one of my favorite. And also Silver Dagger story in there. Fantastic Four 200, Jack Kirby cover, you know, Reed Richards versus Doctor Doom, mano a mano, fantastic battle issue. Captain America 156, again, the Cap versus the Bronze Cap, or the Silver, you know, the Golden Age Cap that came into the Silver Age versus the 50s Cap. And again, over at the, this was, they're battled over in Miami, and I was living there at this time, so that was kind of important to me. Captain America 250, a Byrne issue when he ran for, or was thinking of running for president. Again, just a fabulous issue. Defenders number 10, part of the Avengers Defenders War, Hulk versus Thor, enough be said. War of the Worlds, Amazing Adventures number 18, first appearance of Killraven, and that whole great story arc about the dystopian future. Man-Thing number 19, sorry for the glare there. First Howard the Duck, and a good story arc also involving various dimensions. And one of the best stories you will ever read. A very short story, just heart-wrenching story here of the kid who collects Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 248. Aurora, the comic scenes, Captain America. It is a little comic in there. And again, just a great, when I found this, I was just so happy. A big Cap fan. Captain Gallant of the Foreign Legion. This is a Heinz promo comic I found recently, and it's in just fabulous condition. And just one of my absolute favorite comics, just hands down. Marvel Spotlight number 7. I'm a big, obviously huge Ghost Rider fan, and you know, you got Plugark in here. And again, the continuation of Ghost Rider and his early appearances and how his formation as a character. Ghost Rider number 2, again, just fabulous. I think it was Mooney art in here, but still very good, and just shows the sacrifices he was willing to go to save those he loves and trying to get out of the situation. Master of Kung Fu 39. I could pick almost any issue of Master Kung Fu, but this is one of my favorite battle issues against the Cat, probably the only martial artist, which was pretty close to him as far as skill level. And just a fabulous story involving them battling. Undersea Agent number 4. Again, a fabulous, just fantastic Gil Kane cover here. And again, a pretty good story for a Silver Age. That's actually a man that he turns into that monster, and he has to somehow save him and not destroy him. And next to last, Captain Marvel, not DC and not Marvel. This is from MF Enterprises, but it's kind of a whimsical take on Captain Marvel. He splits. He's like a cyborg kind of person, whatever. And again, just one of those comics I picked up and I just loved right off the bat because it's just so kooky. And lastly, one of my first Silver Age comics, Atomic Thunderbolt number 1. It is graded. I got a free grading certificate at CGC, so I sent it in just to preserve it. And I leave you with that. Those are my top 50 comics. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, everybody be blessed and be back. Bye.